Research involves close reading of many sources as a literature review is conducted. It may be challenging to synthesize all of the information as the topics and concepts that relate to a research question are being explored. Close reading that requires determination of key concepts and ideas and analysis and synthesis of the information involves a few steps. The Kurzweil tools outlined in the video on reading support is a first step. However, after extracting important information to a mind map or to a new document, students need to decide which parts to continue to develop based on their research project, and then begin writing. Whether this is done in a new document or an outline will depend on the format chosen for extracting the text while reading. Kurzweil tools facilitate both of these steps of research and allow for storage of work in a hard drive or cloud-based storage throughout the entire process. This video will demonstrate a variety of tools that support this process. We'll take a look at highlighting while reading, bookmarking, the use of notes, mind mapping together with outline, and the use of the bibliographer. We can use notes or bookmarking as we read in order to organize our thinking, and both of these can be extracted to a new document. So here you'll notice in the text that I've put in a note that helps me to understand that this is talking about genes or genetics. Here we've got information both about anorexia and bulimia. Here the information pertains to females versus males, etc. And so if I continue this line of organization, I can go here to my last page where I'm looking at cross-cultural studies, and here it's talking about industrialized societies, and I'll add a note. There is another way to help to organize thinking as one is doing reading for a literature review, and that's by bookmarking. So here you'll notice that there's a bookmark beside biological factors, and if I go up to my bookmark icon, you'll see that I called this biological genes because that's what it relates to. The next part of my reading is about biological factors, but the brain. So if I come up and put my cursor beside eating disorders in the brain, go to bookmarks, I can call this one biological dash the brain and add it. In terms of extracting and finding this type of tagging useful, when I go to extract, I can choose just to extract bookmarks. And as I tag my text with bookmarks while I'm reading, it will give me a sense of the different topics or concepts that I've been reading about and help me to start thinking about trends and themes and how I might organize this information, which things I might choose to delete, which things I might want to focus on because they appear more often in the literature and therefore tend to be more prevalent in people's thinking. In addition to extracting in that way, we can extract our notes and bookmarks together. So now I'm going to choose highlights as well. And here you'll notice that I have my bookmark right above the text. So I can make that more prevalent by increasing the text size, decreasing everything else. And then I have my next bookmark above the text that it relates to. Of course, the next step will be to think about how this information is going to then be used, both for a literature review as well as thinking about common themes and how to create an outline. The video, entitled Note-Taking While Reading, demonstrated how to highlight and to rename highlighters in order to help with understanding while reading and taking notes. Please refer to that video for information on how to highlight and how to rename highlights. In this video, we take a look at highlighting in a slightly different way. Once a student has read and understood the text, it can be reread with a focus on extracting important information relative to key concepts that relate to the research outline provided or being developed, or to themes that are emerging while a literature review is being conducted. In this case, we've used highlighters in order to differentiate between different themes or topics. So the first one is biological factors, which we've chosen yellow for, and sociological or sociocultural variables, which we've chosen to highlight in green. When I go to those tooltips, I've already named them so that I don't forget them as I conduct my literature review. And we have a total of 6 different colors that we can use. In terms of mind mapping, both from the web version and the desktop version, there are writing templates, and you can open them in Brainstorm or in outline mode. And there's a whole folder for higher education. Now, many of these are plans as opposed to research outlines or research paper outlines, but they have some useful templates that can be used. So let's open a literature review plan as an example. So these are plans that are more task-oriented, that help you to organize your literature review. But you would use the other tools in order to help conduct your literature review and to draw conclusions from what was found in the literature. Finally, we'll demonstrate how to create a bibliography. Creating a bibliography can be a daunting task for students, requiring much attention to detail. The Kurzweil Bibliography tool supports citation both in APA and MLA format. Once a bibliography has been created and saved, you'll notice that the extension .k3b is listed. However, after that saved bibliography document is used to generate the bibliography, it gets saved in .rtf format, which can then be copied and pasted into a Word document in order to accompany a research paper. In the desktop app, you can either get to the bibliography tool by going to the right tab and choosing the bibliography icon, or you can go to the Tools menu to Bibliography Notes, and here I'll select New Bibliography Notes. Here you can choose from MLA or APA format, and I'm going to cite a journal article. So first of all, I'll put in the name of the author. If you have more authors, you can use the Add button to add more authors. The container title refers to the journal, in this case, the Psychiatric Clinics of North America. And the publication date is March 2019. The source title refers to the title of the journal article. I'll skip over the publisher and the city and just put in the version and number. It's volume 42, number 1, and I'll click on OK. It puts it into a column note with the extension .k3b. As I'm adding citations, each time I'll save my bibliography notes. And then, after I've collected all of my citations and I want to generate the bibliography, I go to Generate Bibliography, and it opens it as an RTF file. And here I'll actually take out that month. And there I have my reference. And you can keep on adding to that by editing. You'll see in the Bibliography Notes submenu you can open your bibliography notes and keep on adding to them. So I right-clicked and I can click on Add Bibliography Entry and keep on going.